of a group called the Hot Boys. That group consisted of Juvenile, BG, Turk, with the likes of people like the Birdman, Manny Fresh, people like that. And so I remember we would have studio. Studio would start at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And it'd be throughout the week, every day of the week. I would be just coming from school, because I was like 12 years old. So I would get dropped off at the office and stuff right after school. And so when we get to the studio, everybody would talk about their days and what they went through and, and what's going on. I knew I couldn't talk about my 12-year-old days. I couldn't talk about what I had going on at lunch and what girl didn't speak to me and what girl did. I couldn't talk about that. So what I knew I had to do was impress them. I had to impress them. And so I would aim so far for their impression because I considered them the best. I considered they were my idols. They were everything I thought I should be and more. So I had to impress them on the biggest things that mattered the most. So it wasn't in a conversation that we would have when we all get together. It was in the booth, on the microphone, on songs. I had to make sure my delivery was better, my approach was better, my rhymes were. I had to make sure I was the best because I considered them the best. So I would aim so far just to impress them. Now I say all that to say, I would notice that when I get back out of that studio and get back to my world, it was only natural that I would approach things in my world the same way now, and I would notice that the real world, it don't take half of that to impress the real world. It just takes all of that to be great. So, Uncle Deion, he's the greatness. He's greatness. He's great. You impress him. You impress your coaches. You impress them. You impress the person in the mirror. And then you look at Nebraska as the real world. And it ain't gonna take half as much as that to impress them, but what you do is you go out there and you kick their ass. You show them who you are. But not only that, you impress them. Impress them. Leave them impressed when you leave. When they walk out of there with their heads down, help them pick their heads up and look at y'all and give you a round of applause. Look at y'all with their eyes wide open because that's how impressed they'll be.
That was just an appetizer last week. This is going to be a meal because it's personal. It has to mean something to you, and all these people that we bring in before you are gleaning from their personal experiences. But you got to also glean from yours. Is practice personal for you? Or are you just going through the motions? Because if you understand who made plays and who really dominated a week ago, aren't those the same guys that practice that way? Just think about it. The same guys that practiced